Good. All right, guys, we're going to call everything to public session. This time we're going to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag is in the back. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are we doing this first, then, or Nicole first? All right, this time we're going to have the superintendent's report.
Good evening, everyone. It's so nice to see so many parents and students present. I do have to say the best part of the meeting was to hear the students say aloud the Pledge of Allegiance, so you guys did a great job. Thank you. This evening's superintendent's report, I'm going to yield my time to Dr. Fernandez, our elementary principal, who is going to show us a video, and then we're going to proceed to a celebration of our PTO's Reading Challenge recipients. So, Dr. Fernandez?
Good evening, everybody. Is this on? Yeah, okay. Before we show the video, I just want to explain the video that you're about to see. So throughout the month of October, we participated in a kindness challenge as part of Bullying Prevention Month. Our school came together to spread positivity, compassion, and respect for one another. Ms. Richard led our Pinwheels for Peace project, created colorful symbols of unity and hope. Mrs. Phillips inspired creativity with kindness rocks, reminding us that even small gestures can make a big difference. And all month long, teachers were on the lookout, catching kids being kind and celebrating those moments of care and generosity. And a quick plug to our Girl Scout troops, who also tonight were doing little acts of kindness so that everybody can have a special message when they come in the morning. What you're about to see is a compilation of students' work highlighting the amazing acts of kindness that took place throughout the challenge, and this was created by Mrs. Sotong. As we move forward, we hope to see the same spirit of kindness, gratitude, and empathy to continue, not just in November, but through December and beyond. So together, let's keep making our school a place where kindness shines every day. Ta-da!
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah.
So thank you for everybody for making kindness matters. And now for the reason why we're all here tonight. So today we are here to celebrate something truly special, and that is all of you. You showed incredible dedication, teamwork, and love for reading during our PTO Reading Challenge. Together, you raised an amazing amount of money to support our school, and we couldn't be prouder. This challenge wasn't just about fundraising, it was about celebrating the joy of reading and how it brings our whole school community together, as you can see tonight. Let's start by congratulating our class winners. Each of these teachers will receive $250 in scholastic dollars to buy supplies and books for their classrooms. So in pre-K, we have Miss Johnson. In kindergarten, Miss Amador. In first grade, Miss Huey. In second grade, Mrs. Wayne. Third grade, we have Mrs. Volo. Fourth grade, Mr. Masson. And in fifth grade, Mrs. Lopez. And now for some big news. We have some students who raised $100 and more. So those students are as followed. And when you hear your name, please come up so you can accept your award. Are you ready? Adam Alvarez. Raven Quinn. Do we want them to stay for a picture?
Yeah, I guess so.
Adam, wait, come back. We're going to ask you to stay with your certificate so we can take a quick picture of all of you before you go back to your seats. Raven Quinn. Jack Hughes. Colin Doyle. Clark Doyle. Nova Hughes. Reagan Collins. Michael Sears. Jack Sears. Alana Sears. Ava Penny. Trevor Quinn.
Eva, stay up here. Trevor? No.
Mackenzie Matheson. Sawyer McGavero. Harper Mannion. Emily Cotter.
Is that Sawyer? Is Emily here? Emily? Yeah.
Maya McCarthy. Lincoln Benducci. Jack Madigan. He's coming. Ronnie Papa. Jarrell Clark. Congratulations. You did a great job. Kenneth Kennedy. He's my mayor. Congratulations, Kenneth. Michaela Ruiz. Jordan Ferraro. Johnny Beats. Mia Scafaro. Aaron Lopez.
This is the top.
Yeah. So these are all of our students who earned $100 and more. But now we have some top winners. The winners of our pizza and dance party that we will have on Friday will be Mrs. Wayne's class and Mrs. Volo's class. They both raised almost the same amount, and it was an amazing effort. And now we have some top winners to announce. In third place, we have Hensley Sperling. In second place, Emmy Dramati. And our first place winner goes to Patricia DeSantis. And we have to recognize this last child because she raised just as much, a little bit more, but made it right after that deadline. But that's Liliana Dickelmeyer. Let's give a huge round of applause to our readers and our fundraisers. You have shown that reading can make a difference, not just in your own lives, but for the entire school. So keep reading, keep dreaming, and keep making Clayton Huey proud.
So, Ms. Fernandez, before we go back to our seats, if we could have all the students line up here so we could take a picture. I definitely
go?
want it
Yep.
on the website, hopefully by tomorrow morning. So we want to acknowledge all the work of our students and as well as the PTO for putting this all together and inviting everyone to tonight's meeting. Thank you all. You want to take you're good at taking.
Yes.
Before we take that picture, our top earners did earn some prizes that, in addition to their certificate. So Hensley Sperling won a $50 gift card to Amazon. Emmy won a $100 gift card to Amazon. Where's Emmy? We'll give that to Emmy. And then Patty and Liliana both earned an iPad.
Thank you, guys. So guys, we don't want to hold you here for the entire time, but there are cookies and refreshments in the hallway that is set up by the PTO. We'd like to say congratulations and thank you to everyone. If you feel like you want to stay for some fun time, you're more than welcome, but if not, you can go absolutely to get some cookies. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you for coming. Jackie, Stephanie, come on up. You're the only ones left, so outside of, few we have.
All right, guys. after the presentation and everyone going to get donuts, we are down to a few. So we'll go with it. But the next thing that we have is the Board of Education committee reports. Just make sure I'm on point. Community Connections did not meet, so we don't have any updates. But on this one, Curriculum and Technology, upcoming meeting is on November 18th. The Facilities Health Safety, last meeting was November 5th.
Look at me and John getting my paperwork out.
Okay.
Go ahead, John.
All right, so we met on, was it November 5th? There was a lot going on. The first thing, we started off with the auditorium update. Actually, if you look on the website, I believe the pictures were updated on the website. Was it Monday?
I updated them Monday.
Yes. So lots of updates going on, and there's going to be a lot of updating in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So there's a lot coming on. As of right now, hi-hats have been installed. They're LEDs. That room is very bright. The stage has been completed. It's completely stained. Right now, the floor has just been epoxied. Very nice white or gray. It's very, looks very nice. The seats are going to be coming in hopefully the 24th of this month. Probably take about 2 days to install. So a lot is going on in the auditorium, and there's going to be a lot more coming in the next couple weeks. Let's see, what else? The facilities, they've been very busy, painting the elementary school, painting the high school lobby. They've been working on work orders in this, in the high school, in all the schools. Let's see, right now, they're also waiting to winterize the irrigation. They did end up doing that?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
It's done.
So it's done because they had to wait because of the new grass that was installed. They're also prepping all the machines to winterize them and store them for the winter. So we also had our first lockdown at the high school. It was very successful. The Suffolk County Police Department observed that, and they said it was very successful from their standpoint. So I think
So-
that was it.
We actually had a lockdown across both buildings, both campuses, at the elementary and the secondary. We had it
yes.
at the same time. What we did at the secondary, we do have a partnership with the Suffolk County Police Department. So they came in to observe the lockdown, to give us any feedback. Apparently, from all reports that I received, everything worked out really well, so we were happy to hear that. I just wanted to clarify that. And I think in terms security, there were a couple of incidences. I'm sorry, John. I
No,
don't know
no.
if you want to continue.
No. It's,
Okay. So there was a couple incidents that I do have to commend our security staff for dealing with them. There was an incident that occurred at a football game where I actually received a call the next day from the superintendent of the opposing team, and he commended our security staff in terms of responding to the work, the professionalism that they exhibited, and it was great to hear. I did inform Sean Spiller, I think, of that morning when I received the call, that him and his team were praised for the responsiveness and the professionalism that they showed. We had another incident that occurred outside on the turf field where unfortunately a student was injured. Once again, our security and administration responded to the incident very swiftly, very quickly. Parents were impressed by it. I had a board member that was present for that event. He actually called me. Well, obviously I'm narrowing it down to 2 individuals, but that board member called me and praised the response of security and administration as well. The other few items we looked at is we got into a lengthy conversation because we began to discuss facilities updates throughout the entire district. And we know that as a committee, back in 2023, we presented 2 bonds for the community's consideration. Unfortunately, both bonds failed to receive the necessary approval rate, so we did begin a conversation regarding the possibility of engaging in a conversation as a board, as a community, with the community, regarding the possibility of a future capital bond. Because there are many big-ticketed items that we have across the district that we cannot provide support for to our general funds. Just to give the community an example, we have asphalt work and sidewalk repairs that will be in the sum of about $2.5 million. The repairs that are necessary at the secondary complex, predominantly at the high school, is about another $2.5 million. That's $5 million. Each boiler system that we have in the buildings require about $1 million to replace them. So there are big items that we, like I said, cannot support through the general fund. So at some point, we did at least engage the committee in a preliminary conversation as to how the committee felt about the possibility of presenting a feasible, responsible bond to the community. And that was the sentiment, that if we are going to promote a bond to the community, it has to be sensible. It has to be things that are necessary, things that we cannot support through our general fund. So that was actually the bulk of our conversation. So it was the latter part of the meeting. So I just wanted to inform the community that we are beginning those initial discussions, conversations, looking at our building condition survey that was conducted in October of 2024 that gave us an assessment of some of the things that we need to repair, replace throughout the district in each building. And the summation of that cost was, I believe at the time we looked at it, was $46 million. So we're not looking at anything like that, so I don't want to scare the community, but there are some priority things that we do have to address somewhat in the near future. So that was the facilities report. Yeah, please.
I just wanted to
Oh,
say,
yes. What, and,
sorry,
okay.
I just wanted to say this is an important time to get onto the committee, please, because typically they are not well attended, and it's very frustrating for us as board members to make decisions when there's not many people there. So please come and look at the data, look at the surveys, have these conversations. It's the best way to really move forward for us to make decisions. So please attend the meetings, the committee meetings.
Yes, all of the Board of Education committee meetings are open to the public. You do not have to be a committee member to join. So at any time, if there's a topic that comes up that you want to bring to our attention, please just come. We alternate the times. We meet at 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Last meeting was at 6 o'clock. So next meeting will be at 4 p.m. One thing that I did fail to mention is that we are going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony for the auditorium. We hope that it will be prepared and ready for use as of December 8th. So fingers crossed. We do not see any major snafus happening now. Everything has been ordered. As Mr. Toms indicated, the seats should be installed the week of the 24th. From what I've heard from the vendors, it takes anywhere from 1 to 2 days to install it, believe it or not. 615 seats, supposedly they go in once they get going in 2 days. The curtains should be installed next week, and those are the two major things that we're waiting on. Okay? Sure, absolutely. We could post, make it a little more visible on our website, and we can, absolutely.
Or maybe even the parent square, if we could push that out, like.
We can
before-
push notifications out. Anything else?
The Health and Wellness Committee didn't meet. That meets on the 3rd. And then we just met with policy for a long session of policy. But we made some good gains on that information. We went through the 4,000 series, not all of it, but some of it. So just know that we are still slowly making our way through policy while also trying to make sure that we're including stakeholders in the dialogue so that everybody's on the same page when we make them. Going back to quickly what was said on facilities, we are doing everything we can to maintain and upkeep a district and a building. We don't often get a lot of people here. We don't often get a lot of people at committees. If any information that people want to know, rather than guessing or hearing third party, and you want to know direct information, you can always reach out to the school, to Ricardo, Dr. Soto, to any of the board members and have a dialogue, just because we'd rather have firsthand information out there and instead of us chasing information that we have to try to correct. The next person, as I'm going to jump over, is Clara. Do you have anything from the student end as I kind of go down the line a little bit? All right, so next up, I skipped a page on this one on accident. Consent, the questions and comments regarding tonight's agenda only. Speakers are asked to sign in with the district clerk. There is a book in the back of the room, front of the room. This is usually our opposite spot. Prior to approaching the board, indicate your topic, keep comments brief, and speak for no longer than 3 minutes. Refrain from discussing matters involving specific district personnel or individual students. Please stand and speak into the microphone so that everyone here and those joining us live stream can hear you clearly. Members of the public, you will have the opportunity to speak on any other topic at the end of the meeting. Anybody for comments for this agenda only? Board members, anything? Moving on. All right, approval of all consent agenda items as presented. Be it resolved, a motion to approve the consent agenda items 9A through 15A. Consent agenda items are approved via single vote unless they are removed from being a consent agenda item prior to the vote. Motion. Second?
Second.
Double seconds, we'll take it. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
If I can, I just want to take a moment to thank the PTO for their generous donation of various recess equipment that will be utilized at the middle school. It was 2 soccer portable pop-up nets and equipment, 2 raffle ball sets, 2 basketballs, 2 kickballs, and 2 soccer balls. Any donation coming from a community member is very appreciative because it does help us to kind of offset the cost of our managing general fund course, so we really appreciate that. So thank you to PTO. And I think at this time, Ms. Stebbins wants to mention something about that, right, Cora?
Yeah. So in the past 2 weeks, I've been meeting with different student panels from the middle school as well as the high school. And when we were meeting with the 8th graders, they actually mentioned the soccer nets and how grateful and thankful they were. So the students do realize what you guys do, and they're very, very appreciative.
All right, we are back up to general public comment. I am going to, instead of saying the whole thing, we'll try this one out. Adhere to the guidelines that were previously mentioned. Members of the public who desire to address or question the board on any topic related to board work are welcome to do so at this time. We just got to adhere to the previous guidelines. If you
No, you just.
If you can, you just got to use the mic so that people at home can hear you. Go ahead.
So the elementary students are looking to get a slide in the playground. So that's the buzz that's going around from the kids. So I just wanted to mention that to you guys, if that is possible at some point, if you can include that or find donations through different vendors that might be available to provide that. There's a letter over here, but she hasn't. My daughter actually wrote a letter to Dr. Fernandez about the slide.
Do you want me to read it?
Can they read it out loud? Okay. I can go and read it to them.
Yeah.
She did not have any intent to bring it up, but she thought.
Do you want to stand up here and then I'll read it, or do you want to just stay hidden? Sure. All right. It says, to Dr. Fernandez, the kids are wondering why the slide is gone, and they really, really want it back. Double really makes me really want it. A couple of weeks ago, I asked kids on the playground, do you want the slide back? And almost all of them said yes. But I was wondering, why did the slide get taken away? Do you want me to pause on that question? Do we know? We do. Sure.
So we know that it was a point of enjoyment for all the students that played on the playground. Unfortunately, it was in disrepair, meaning it was at a point that we had to take it down because the slide that we had manufactured, they could not repair it anymore. So we had to take it down. To replace it, it's a pretty significant cost. We did look into it. It's anywhere from $15,000 to $22,000. I don't know why the cost of a slide on a playground is that expensive, but those are the quotes that we received. We do know that looking at the future, we will entertain any donations that will come forward. We are looking at the possibility of making the renovations as part of our facilities renovations for the next school year. Unfortunately, you know that as a former board member, once the budget is set, it's kind of hard for us to find that much money within an existing budget. So we do know that it is something that the kids enjoyed. It is something that our students loved. We love seeing you slide down. It is one of like the safety, one of the safetiest like components within the playground. So we are looking at the possibility of replacing it. But like I said, the reason was because of disrepair of the previous slide. We had to take it out. We had it inspected. They said you can't no longer use it. And we are looking at the possibility of replacing it, but it is at a hefty cost.
Brooklyn, I got your follow-up. Is there also something that is equally as fun and kids would love? That was actually her question.
Okay.
Some ideas are rock wall, hopscotch, seesaw, stomp rockets? What was that one? I don't know what that is. A tree stump.
Okay.
Oh, I see. And a tree stump trail. I think the kids would be happy to get anything, but they want the slide the most. But we'll be happy with anything. From Brooklyn. This was what's really cool about this is if you think about it is you articulated every piece of it and then you had a follow-up after he talked, right? So what we can do is we can't make promises, but we can say that we hear you, right? And then we can try to see if maybe someone hears us out in the public too a little bit. But at the end of the day, we hear you and we want you guys to have fun too. So we will do our best to have a conversation, but also we do have to just keep in mind certain things. So we will leave the creative flow with the there.
Good job.
So the good thing is now, so you heard me say like, hear it firsthand, right? Like often people like don't understand why. You did the part, which is awesome because you are finding out the why. So now when you get to go back to school, you can say, well, I had this really long 14-paragraph explanation, but the bottom line was is that it was just not safe at the time. So we have to figure out an alternative for it. Does that sound fair? All right. So we will work on that. But I do love that you're advocating, so it's pretty cool. Anything else from the public? Yes.
I just wanted, I don't need a microphone.
Sure.
I came up here on in the parking lot and tried to find a place to park. Now, when it was full, because it was the Spirit Week and the football game, they used to take the cars and park them on the grass, over there, when we used to have different things where the parking lot filled up. But that isn't why I wanted to speak. I wanted to speak about the parking lot anyway. When I rode on it, it is so falling apart. It's so many cracks, and the seniors are able to paint it, their parking spot, that's their honor. But when I came up here to see it after I knew they painted it, because one of my friend's granddaughters have graduated. And I came up to see it, and they had paint in like holes and crevices and cracks. I was wondering why that doesn't ever get put in the budget to have that repaved in our back parking lot. It's really, even for me to walk and twist my ankle. I mean, I fell, I broke my bib, my femur. So it is a hazard too of the parking lot for the spectators that come to come to see the games. But I think it's really an important thing to look into for the next budget or whatever. I think it should be really addressed.
And we don't disagree with you at all. We know that our asphalt, our parking lots are in disrepair throughout the entire district. So it's not just at the high school, but if you look at the elementary parking lot, it's a very similar condition. You look at the bus loop, it's in a very similar condition as well. What we did from last year into this year, we did allocate some funding to make some preliminary repairs. So if you look at the bus loop, you look at certain spots at the secondary complex, in the front here, the bus loop, we did make patch repairs. But yes, so we made some internal repairs, but to replace everything that we need to replace, this is what we mentioned at the overview of the Facilities Health and Safety Committee, we would have to invest $2.5 million in the repairs. That is something that we do not have within our general fund. If we do not get a capital approved, we will have to have a serious discussion as a district in terms of what can we afford internally to make some additional repairs, because we do realize that it is a safety issue. We want our students, our staff, and of course our community members to feel safe and to be able to walk throughout our parking lots in a safe condition.
Quite sure it's an original one.
It might be. We made some repairs throughout the years. I believe it was replaced, I think 18 years ago, but once again, if you look at the longevity of asphalt, it can last anywhere from 10 to 15 years. So it's really past its due. So we literally have to rip up the entire asphalt and replace it. It's a complete redo. It's not a repair.
But they should have it done every year, like Nancy Harkin's husband does.
That's a seal coat. So we do seal coat it, but seal coat does not protect the integrity of the asphalt. It just gives it a thin layer on the top surface.
But just like the slide,
Of course.
No,
absolutely.
we are doing our best with what we have in front of us to try to make as many repairs as possible. The reality is that there are things that are beyond the scope of a general budget. That is a hard conversation that we do have to cross again. As we've heard numerous times, we are not looking to be irresponsible when we make these conversations. We are just looking to make sure that we are in a good place so that everybody understands financially what the impact would be to the best of our abilities, because that's never a perfect science, right? But also make sure that we are putting things like the parking lot in place so that you are not having to go over cracks. I mean, there's been times when we're filling. Now it's some holes, yeah. No, I know, we're filling them with RCA at times, and yeah, yeah. So we just know that that is a big part of the conversation. I agree. Even the sidewalks, when we look at them, there's points where we gotta just keep working on. Thank you for bringing
You're
that up.
welcome. Thank you.
Informational items. Anybody else board-wise on anything other than, is everybody okay? Good. Informational items. Next board meeting, Wednesday, December 10th. The executive session is at 6 p.m. Action meeting approximately 7 p.m. Location is to be announced, because our fingers crossed would be maybe the new auditorium. We're gonna hope for that. Ricardo says it will. I'm just gonna go, I'm hoping that it will be that, because I think it will be as well, but
I have faith.
we have faith. And I want to see all those chairs in 2 days. That's pretty impressive. Other upcoming events. On the 13th, Clayton Huey Trivia Night, 6:30 p.m. Grade 8 Trip Parent Meeting, Red Devil Pride Athletic Booster Club, High School Cafeteria, 7 p.m. On the 14th is PTO Bingo Night. That is at the APR room at Clayton Huey from 6 to 8. And then on the 19th is the PTO member meeting, the Clayton Huey Cafeteria at 6:30. We have on the 25th, No School for Students, Parent-Teacher Conferences. On the 26th through the 28th, schools are closed for Thanksgiving recess. Wednesday, 12/3, Health and Wellness Committee. 12/4 is Red Devil Pride Athletic Booster Club. PTO Holiday Banquet Family Night on the 4th as well. And then on the 9th, Clayton Huey Winter Concert. So again, if we can utilize Parent Square, and I think we do for the most part, these hopefully would be on there so you guys see them as events. The other thing is, if you see a trend that's been going, Shauna brought a simple meal prep plan to the last meeting, and then she kind of inspired the conversations about what do we do if the SNAP benefits are withheld, if families are going in need. The good thing is schools are often do a lot of work already, but since we tied in from the kindness video that was there, we figured we'd show it in the beginning and flip the script a little bit because all the parents were here before the donuts and stuff were offered. So at this point, the food drives that will be going on for the Thanksgiving food drive in all buildings, I would imagine, will be running from, do we have the dates on that? I have this here.
No, the dates are actually, so what we did for the community, we did create a flyer. And on the bottom of the flyer, there are QR codes of each individual food drive that's available at Clayton Huey, at the middle school, as well as the high school. So you could just scan it and take a look at it. Each one has a particular date as to when they're collecting food and even the items that they're collecting for. So this will be on our website as well, but there are some copies right here that we made hard copies of it so that you can have the QR code as well.
And just to put it out there, with community connections in mind, this is assisted by the Merchants Community Center, Helping Makes You Happy, and then our Boy Scouts. And then there might be other parties, so I don't want to take anybody out of it, but this is what I just see in front of me. So, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Hold on, Brian, I just
Oh,
want to
sorry,
add
taking
on
it
to
back.
that. Also, Dawn and I have been in contact with the Merchants Community Center, and we are working on getting a date set up to get like meal kits available. So if there's anybody in the community, we're gonna, once we set the date, we're gonna put that information out so that if there's anybody that is affected by the government shutdown and SNAP benefits, hopefully we'll have something available to you soon.
Anybody else before I do? All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second? All in favor?
Yes.
Everybody have a great night.
We've been at it for